What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? My name is Ryan Newpel, and you are watching the Knup Sports Show, episode 188, the second show of 2023. We're off to a fast start here. We're excited for a big year of some awesome guests. 2022, we had, I don't remember how many shows we had, but we had some amazing guests, and I think it's only going to get better here in 2023. And I'm super excited for all the awesome guests that are coming on. So hopefully you had a good new year and you're off and running in your business and everything that you're doing in this crazy world of sports and sports betting and iGaming. All right, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring on my guest for today. Today, I'm chatting with Aaron Basch, the co-founder of Sparket. Aaron, what's up, my friend?
Hey, good to meet you, man.
Good to meet you as well. It's funny, we were just talking before. We've actually kind of met before, huh? You reminded me that we had talked back in like literally 2008. That is crazy, but yes, good to actually meet you face to face as well.
Yeah, virtual conversations a long time ago, man. It's crazy. World's a
It
small
is.
place.
It is. It is. We can tell that story maybe a little later here, but first off, I want to get to know you a little bit, Aaron. Where are you from? Where are you living? Tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm from Los Angeles. I'm in Santa Monica right now. Grew up here. Went to school down in San Diego, so I was there for about 10 years. Went back to UCLA to study finance and worked in asset-backed security firm for a while and used to be a math teacher, but
Cool.
now my passion's all in sports and sports betting tech and started this company.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So let's dive right in. Tell me a little bit about Sparket. Sparket is the company. Give us a little bit of background about what it is and where it's at.
Yeah, so Sparket came from combining sports with market, so like a marketplace, Sparket,
Hmm.
sports market, and we created the social Betwork. So
Mm,
it's a bet on anything platform that's designed to help expand the wagering industry. So right now, as sports wagering is expanding across the US rapidly, they're very heavily focused on the traditional sports, but we believe that there's a ton of long tail events and underserved markets out there that should be able to be wagered on. So that's what we created the platform for.
that's really cool. The social bet work. I love that. That's a great play on words that you guys have there. And I see. Oh, I'll pull it up here as we're talking about it. But I see you trademarked that kind of name and everything around it. So really cool. Where did that idea of the name? I mean, I'm assuming I know where it came from. But tell us a little bit about the history of how it started. I guess.
Personal frustration, I would say, right? Like as a LA native growing up, all my buddies are Dodgers fans and we're trying to make bets against other players and, just in our WhatsApp group and things like that. And it's hard to find people to bet against in your own little
Mm,
community here. And so it was like, you know what? Like we should be having other communities out there where people could be betting amongst themselves and amongst friends. And so that whole kind of social betwork idea came out of that. And our goal is to really just connect people that want to bet on unique things.
that's cool. So where are you at? Where are you at in the life cycle? I mean, it looks like you got a lot going on. But where's the app at in its life cycle?
Yeah, great question. So since gambling is a regulated industry, one of the most crucial things we had to do was get a certification. So we
Mm,
worked with Gaming Labs International and earned a certification for sports betting with them. Sports betting,
hmm
it's a GLI 33. And so back in September, it took us about a year to build the software and get all that ready to go. A lot of reporting that comes with that when you work with regulators. And so getting that certification was huge. And that really opened the
hmm
door for us to start working with real casinos. Yeah, you can see that GLI certification check mark on one
hmm
of those little
hmm
things that are just scrolling by. And subsequently, after that, we partnered with Red Rock Resorts and Station Casinos, and looking forward to bringing our tech to their million plus players in Las Vegas, Nevada area. They have 21 different casino locations.
That's really cool. That's really neat. So what's the I guess reception of this been like? I mean, are you getting positive vibes from it from the people that are using this? I mean, what's that looked like for you guys?
Yeah, it's been really fun journey. I mean, I think one of our targeted solutions is in the esports and gaming space, especially
Mm,
because there's so little data out there from a historical perspective, and there's always like new up and comers and things like that. And so because that's legal now to bet on in I think over 9 states, that's been one of the main focuses that we've been playing with. We've done esports tournaments, but
Yeah.
all sorts of other fun stuff, like working with private golf clubs and doing their member guest golf club tournaments, running the betting for that. We've done a drone race before. So, reality TV shows. We had a pilot with The Bachelorette where we were doing betting on Bachelorette. Anyone gonna get on this episode, or who's gonna get the rose?
Yeah.
There's just so many things that I think sports books are missing out on in terms of demographics and content that we're trying to bring to light here.
So you're truly so explain a little bit more. So you're truly a B2B company. So you're working with the sports books. Are you also in the B2C space yourself, or are you working with the sports books who are then in the B2C space?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably like a B2C platform because
Okay.
in the end of the day, it's customers using the product.
Yeah.
But because of the regulation and the industry and some of the challenges, I think we pivoted from going direct to consumer to more of a B2B supplier kind of side to work with the companies that have already the operating agreements in place and the licenses and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. So where are you headed? Where's this headed? What's the future of this space look like for Sparket?
I mean, I think in general, the sports betting and tech is just starting to really get innovative and cool here in the US. And, I think although it's been around in Europe for a long time, the market is much different here in the US. And so, people are expecting new technology, different technology, especially after the last few years with Robinhood in the financial space and all the crypto things coming out. I think consumers want more transparency. They want lower fees, and it's 2023 now. Like they want to be able to bet on stuff with their friends easily. Like, and it's kind of crazy to me that there isn't technology out there that's doing that at all.
Yeah. Yeah. What's some of the operators that I know you mentioned one or two, but what are some of the partners that you currently are working with that you can name?
Yeah, so Red Rock Resorts is probably our biggest client. We've worked with Wager, their sports book in Tennessee. We've worked with a couple other companies, Play for Tickets. They do some online stuff where you can win tickets to different sporting events. We've just recently partnered with Wager Wire. They're like an aftermarket trading for bets. So very cool, unique way. After you have your bet, you can sell it to a third party. And then we've done some more local stuff with like smaller casinos here in SoCal, Kauai Casino. We've done some esports tournaments, golf club tournaments, and some other smaller pilots with partners like that.
It's really cool. So I have to ask this because this is kind of a businessy type show. A lot of the watchers are probably other business owners, people in the iGaming space, and one of the big flashy things you have on your website, ownership opportunity. It looks like you guys are raising funds in some sort of a way here. I go to that. It looks like, tell us a little bit about that opportunity and what you're actually doing there if somebody wanted to actually invest in the company.
Yeah, thanks for that plug. Always appreciate that. So we had raised some money originally through friends and family, angel investors, and like an initial round. Sure, everyone's seen how the market and financial situation is going. We got connected with Start Engine and through one of our advisors and investors and did the whole due diligence process over the summer. And now we're live on there as a crowdfunding opportunity. In our company, we're trying to kind of crowdsource data and crowdsource the whole betting. So really just made sense. And I mean, it's like, everyone's kind of, I wish I could have gotten in on DraftKings before they IPO'd and all these other things like that. But, unless you're like an institutional or high net worth person, it's hard to do that. But with things like Start Engine, anyone can get in, which is really cool because you only need $250 as the minimum investment. You don't have to have like, a crazy net worth. You just have to be interested.
That's really cool. That's an awesome opportunity. I'll make sure to put that link out there in the show notes as well. But I think that's Yeah, that's a really neat way of going about that. I think it really allows a lot of people that, like you said, may not be able to invest in some of these big projects, kind of be a part of something. Which a lot of times that's what we all want: be a part of something, right? Be a part of something cool and dynamic and new. So that's really neat.
Definitely, and I think it's great for building the community. And now we have almost 50 investors that are part of our community are going to help get this out there. So it's been a
That's
great
cool.
experience working with them too.
That's cool. Let's shift gears just a bit. You're out in California. I'm here in Florida. Neither of our states have come along this whole sports betting journey with us. As business owners and people in this space, it's like it's crazy to think that we're like running businesses and it's not illegal to even sports bet in the state that we live in. It blows my mind every time I actually think about it. But my question is, and again, this is more opinion than anything, but do you think California is ever going to legalize? I mean, where do you think California's at, and what's that timeline look like? Just a complete guess/opinion from your side.
Yeah, and I actually have a little bit of insight from attending some of these conferences in the industry too. And I think California in particular, there was a little bit of a just kind of upfront the way they put two different ballot props together.
Mm, yeah,
That caused a lot of turmoil. In California, a lot of the gaming is controlled by the tribal groups, and so I think there needs to be a better way that they have something to bring in the FanDuels and the DraftKings, but also keep things with the tribes. And I think because they didn't do that when this last ballot prop came through, you already have people that want to say no in general, but now you got two different competing props, and they're, I don't know if you saw the marketing out in Florida, probably not, but
yeah,
these guys were saying, vote yes on this one and no on this
yeah.
one. And it's like, this is going to, you already just made this a third, right? Because now you got
Uh-huh.
one prop, another
Yeah,
prop, and then just the general no. You really need to be closer to like a 50-50 thing if you ever want a chance to pass. And I think in 2024, they'll figure that out. And, part of that is because what happened in some of the other states is
mhm,
they legalized it. And I'll take Arizona as an example. And I think the tribes feel like they kind of got the short end of the stick because they weren't ready to turn everything on. Whereas DraftKings, FanDuel, they're already live in multiple states. And so as soon as they were able to turn it on, they did, and they just captured all the market share. And so
yeah.
the tribes felt like they didn't really have a fair opportunity and they were behind on the tech. And so they lost out on some of that.
Yeah. And what about Florida? Any input? I know you're on the other side of the United States, but do you have any insight here? Because we were like legal for a week and I was like all excited. And then it was like all of a sudden not legal and there's lawsuits and I can't keep up with all of it. But any
Yeah,
insight on the other
probably.
side over here?
I'm sure they'll figure it out too. And I think I remember, right. And it was with one of the tribes out there, the Seminole
Yeah.
tribe,
Same
right. That
Seminole
was,
tribe. Yep.
and
100%.
so I'm sure it was somewhat similar where there was something unfair happening where, these guys already have the gaming in the state
Exactly.
and now you're trying
Hmm.
to take that away from them. And yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, right. It's like,
Yeah.
it's just not an established process. And so they got to figure it out. And I think they will.
Sure.
So.
Sure. Sure. Well, from a business side, Aaron, tell me about one of the, I guess, challenges you guys are facing, or that maybe you're facing currently. And a second part of that is maybe somebody listening could help with that challenge. But what are one of the biggest challenges you guys are facing as a company right now?
Yeah, I think, the industry is an old industry. It's been around in Nevada for quite a while. And so innovation is a challenge, and getting on
Mm,
tech roadmaps with these companies can be a challenge because they've been doing things a long time for a certain way and been successful doing that, right? Like they've been
hmm.
making money with traditional sports betting for a long time now. And so to get
Yeah,
people to think about things in a new way and potentially, lowering their commission or lowering their vig or offering things that they haven't done in the past, I
mm,
think that, some folks that kind of scares them, right? And it turns
sure.
them off because they've been successful doing what they've been doing. And so that's been a little bit of the challenge that we've had is like trying to figure out how we can get in the tech roadmap and bring our
Gotcha.
technology to their consumers. But I think, most people will see that we're not trying to cannibalize any of the industry or compete. We're actually trying to add a new layer and new bet types to everything. So we're not
Mm,
trying to take away from any of the existing customers or bets that are happening. It's
Sure.
really the opposite. We're trying to bring in new demographics that, the younger generation, they don't watch NFL like I do with the passion, right? But
Yeah.
they watch Twitch, and these
Yeah,
guys
sure.
streaming with the same kind of passion that I have for football. And so I think, turning that tech on is really just going to help in the long term.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Well, Aaron, really good to have you on, and it's super cool to see and hear that we were connected. Actually, you brought this up to me at the beginning, but we were connected back in 2008. And actually, for everyone listening, I mean, that was still in this sports betting world. I mean, it was like kind of pre everything going on. Oneseason.com. I don't know if any listeners were listening or were part of that, but I know you were top of the leaderboard, and I was kind of dabbling up there as well, and we had connected back in the day. So it's really cool to like circle back around, and all of a sudden we're both still in this industry. Man, what a blast from the past when you brought that up.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably one of the things that had some inspiration there. Like, I think they were doing something right. They couldn't get it all figured out. And I think this was even before like daily fantasy was going on, right? I mean,
100%.
this was a long time ago.
100%. FanDuel came out of that as well. Nigel Eccles was one of the one season guys who was part of that, and he developed
Okay.
FanDuel straight out of one season. I mean, crazy how it all kind of stems from each other. So it was before DraftKings and FanDuel were even a thought.
Yeah, and now with like the NFT space, it actually seems like that thing could have a resurgence in some sense.
True.
Because that's kind of what it was. It was like a virtual trading card, but
Very true.
before we had blockchain, and yeah, it's very weird.
I'm getting my wheels spinning as an entrepreneur, Aaron. Come on
Yeah,
now,
man.
like very cool. Well, awesome.
I think there's
Yeah,
a thing out there called Mojo that I want to
Yep.
say Alex Rodriguez started, that they're trying to do some similar type stuff that reminded me of the one season thing. So
Very cool.
it's
Very
coming back.
cool. Well, it is coming back. Cool. Well, I always leave this open at the end, Aaron. Any last words for the audience? Anything you want to say before I let you go from here?
Just hoping everyone's bets in 2023 come out on the right side, and hope you can join us on the social Betwork when we come out.
Awesome. How would they get a hold of you or someone at the company if they wanted to learn more about what you guys are up to?
Yeah, you can check out our website at betsparket.com. We're on Start Engine right now as well. And you can email me directly if you email support@betsparket.com. That's me in the end of the day. So.
There you go. Taking care of it all. Awesome. Well, Aaron, appreciate your time today. Good luck with everything. If I can do anything to help, let me know, and appreciate your time here on the show today.
Thank you so much, and great to kind of reconnect here in a sense.
Absolutely. Good to talk to you. Bye-bye. Talk to you soon, Aaron. All right, that was Aaron Basch of the Social Betwork Sparket. Really cool guy and an awesome product. They got a lot of cool things going on. So I encourage everybody to go out and check that out, and then check out the investing opportunity as well. I know I'm going to dabble in that a little bit and take a look at everything they got going on, because I think they're really got some cool things currently going and in the pipeline as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully you got a little bit of value from this show today. We'll put all the links and everything in the show notes so you guys can go click on those and check everything out if you didn't catch those in the live version. I'm Ryan Newpol. This was show 188. If you know of a good guest or somebody that you'd love to hear from, I'm happy to interview them. Please reach out, let me know, and I'll make that happen. All right, until next time, take care, stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.